So these are, concept designs of what WristSpotter could possibly look like in the future. My first idea was to actually get this designed metal because it would hold more weight, and then I found out that plastic is a lot cheaper and a lot lighter as well. So the clay model, that metal device, is actually in the clay. We just wanted to get this design ready for our 3D CAD technician. So these are actually our first 3D drawings that were produced by the lead engineer of Stairmaster. We realized that it wasn't going to be very cost effective to hire out a 3D CAD technician. So Steven had found a shape block, plastic beads that you melt, and creating different prototypes out of that. This is our first 3D printed model, and me and my tester broke it on our first try. So we invested quite a bit of money to find out that the jaws were not wide enough, but it led us to our next design. But the hassle is, when you have a 3D printer, you have to knock off all that extra plastic material. We had to come up with a wrap, and so I brought out a sewing machine, and I got the job done. I mean, everything worked properly. It showed the function. I used D-rings here, which were clearly the wrong application. So from the point of the white prototype to the next picture, we went through about 20 different prototypes. We wanted to contour it to the human forearm, and then there was a bump on the top, and that bump was actually made to prevent the bar from rolling forward. We cut off the jaw completely in an attempt to allow the user to wrap their fingers around the bar so that they could have a little bit more control. So the wraps got quite a bit upgraded. This is actually a yoga mat. I purchased a yoga mat and cut it into pieces so that I could prototype with it. I mean, as you can see, the rings aren't D-rings anymore, they're square rings, which made the mounting quite a bit easier. This prototype came with a few improvements. We actually went to a neoprene wrap rather than the yoga mat, which provided quite a bit more comfort and absorbed the pressure from the wraps. This prototype was actually shortened by about 50%, so we had to extend it out about 6 more inches after that point. So once we got to this model, we started narrowing down the foam. It has a lot more absorption. The black foam on the top is actually going to be contoured to an Olympic barbell to fit the majority of bars in every gym. This is actually our final prototype, and it's actually made out of glass-filled nylon, which is what the manufacturer recommended for strong loads and heavy loads for presses. The neoprene wraps, it's basically a scuba suit, the same material that they use in high-quality scuba suits. And the reason for that is because we wanted it so that there's less flex in the fabric and it sticks to the user's skin.